Hey, what's up, UFC Undisputed fans? This is THQ Tank, your official UFC Undisputed community manager, and I'm here at Gamescom 2011 in the UFC Undisputed 3 private lounge.
Yes.
With
very private.
The leader of our team, Mr. Nevin Dravinsky.
Oh, thank you. You already know my agent.
Yeah. How you doing, man?
Good, good. You know, in Deutschland, having some good, good times out here in Cologne.
Some good Deutsch beer.
You know it, and the sausage, man. Well, forget it.
Yeah. That's cool. So, what are we doing in this room here?
Well, so we're doing a little bit of press demos. Kind of showcasing the hands-on, aspect of the game. We're on the floor, obviously here.
Yep.
So just kind of taking the guys through a couple of the new features in the game, educating them about what's going on, and really, the point is to let them play. We feel the game's ready to play, so let's get it in people's hands and just show them the cool stuff, and then stop talking.
Yeah, exactly. So stop talking.
Exactly.
All right, enough of that. So we actually, as you know, we've been doing these weekly Q&A sessions with Wes.
Absolutely.
Of course, we know you can do better than Wes. So.
Wes does a great job. I'm loving it. I'm like, oh, take it, young man. Take it.
Well, we asked the community to challenge you with a few questions.
Sure.
We know you're not a designer, so
I don't have my Excel documents. It's going to be difficult.
We're not going to ask you the hardest questions to book, but we've got some questions from the forums.
Cool, perfect.
They're very excited to ask you. They're really excited to talk to you through the message boards.
I know. Well, they're talking to me through you. It's kind of surreal.
Well, that's why I'm here.
Yes.
All right. So, first question for you, Nevin Dravinsky, comes to us from Submission Machine.
Ooh, I like
and he wants to know, just in general, what is the stamina simulation mode?
Well, so in simulation mode, we really want to replicate more of the hardcore experience. Like, if you and I were like, hey, let's play this game where we take shots to the face, probably wouldn't last too long for either of us. So simulation mode is really to kind of let the players play a more hardcore experience. If you watch a real UFC fight, the ones, more often than not, guys are very cautious about how they get in. They're picking and choosing their shots, so you're going to lose energy a lot quicker. When you expend, when you do moves, you're going to expend energy a lot quicker. You have to be more judicious with the damage you take. You're going to take damage a lot quicker, and it's a much more hardcore experience, but it's much more representative of a simulated fight. So we wanted to make sure we gave people that opportunity. This year was really, as you know, with all the community involvement, bringing guys in to help make the game, we found out that people wanted to play the game different ways. Some guys wanted one experience, some guys wanted another experience, and to us, we were like, hey, let's give people that opportunity. We think this is a great game, and let's get more people playing it exactly how they want to play it.
Absolutely, and I know simulation is actually an option, a secondary option in the energy setting.
Absolutely.
And right above that, you've got the competition and the stabilization. And to me, you want to remind people what that's all about.
So then alternatively, we have what we call competition spec, which basically takes out all the random elements in the game, right? So all your doctor stoppages, flash knockouts, those are taken out so that you can really be in a competitive setting, and that all your hard work isn't negated by one lucky shot.
Right.
Yeah, that's real life, but in a competitive video game setting, it doesn't really, it kind of sucks. So, hey, look, it's another option. Play the game how you want to play it. And then on top of that, we have what we call equalized stat setting, which is competition spec, but also takes out, normalizes the stats for every fighter. So it's more about your fighter's moveset and your controller inputs versus mine. So it's more of a 1v1 type battle. You don't have to worry about, oh, well, does this guy's footwork cancel out this guy's, et cetera, et cetera. No, everyone's got the same stats. Just get in there and see who does it better.
And what's cool is you can mix and match those, right?
Absolutely, yeah. You can play equalized stats with simulation mode and vice versa. So, yeah, I'm actually really excited for people to start playing around with that, because there'll be a lot of options at their disposal, and I think a lot of really cool gameplay scenarios.
It'll be an interesting online scene for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, Nevin, next question comes to us from a guy titled Mayhem, which is the appropriate word for what's going on in our life right now.
Sure.
He asked simply, will fighters have alternative trunks?
Yeah, well, one of the cool things we're offering this year is mirror matches. So as a result, to kind of indicate who's different from one another, we're going to have to introduce, obviously, alternate trunks for people. So, I think the mirror match is a really cool thing, especially online. Everyone was rushing to pick the top guy in the division. I know I certainly was. But yeah, now that we have mirror matches, fighters that have alternate trunks, so it should be cool.
Cool, man. All right, moving along here. Next question comes to us from UFC 3 fan. Awesome.
Nice, thanks.
It's a great name. He asked, will you be able to use a real UFC or Pride fighter in career mode, or do you have to use a creative fighter?
No, actually, in career mode this year, I mean, though we're not really talking too much about it, but you can use what we call a roster fighter through career. So it'll be literally giving you the opportunity to recreate or rewrite a fighter's career. You know, you get to take their look, their appearance, and train them up, and so all of a sudden you could have super jiu-jitsu Chuck Liddell. But it's a really cool option to just again let players play the game how they want to play. So I'm actually really excited to see what people come up with with who they pick and how they take them through.
That's badass, and I know we're not talking about career mode yet, but it is
coming. It's coming.
It is not a huge drastic departure, but it's a big upgrade from last year.
No, I agree. And look, we hear everyone on the boards. We're the biggest fans of the game as well. So we want to make sure that people play the game how they want. We as I said, we did tons of focus tests from the get-go with this game, which I think really helped in sort of setting the tone and creating the best possible Undisputed game, best possible MMA game, and best possible game. So little things like that, things that people wanted, just small, even down to menu options that are in the pause menu. All little things to just help people do what they want and get what they want out of the game. That's what we're all about.
Awesome. All right, a couple more here. We've got, let's see here, Cassidy from actually Undisputed Online, one of our more popular community sites.
Sure.
He's asking, is there any form of button mashing that's going to be making a comeback?
Well, I can't be in everybody's living room and make sure that they don't button mash.
Button mash and a jab or whatever.
I play people and I hear them clacking down the sticks. Look, we do a lot of analyzation of making sure that we don't put situations in the game which will cheese the game. And then I know I'm going to get 1,000 forum posts well, what about this, and it's okay, great. Go fix our nation's budget while you're at it too.
Exactly.
That's we do a lot of testing. Button mashing. It's kind of a very general term. One could assume that it's meaning different things, but we definitely are taking every step necessary to avoid the game being exploited. We want it to be fun. We want it to be competitive. So, if you sit at home and button mash away, hey, I can't prevent that. So.
Yeah. All right, 2 more questions here. Let's see. We'll go with Mesomorpheus, since I know you've talked about how we have over 150 fighters in the game.
Yeah.
He wants to know, were, quote, body scans used to create more realistic versions of more of the fighters? As a result, were fighters with noticeable reach advantages, like John Jones, be able to strike outside the range of other fighters in the game? So, more so, what was the process like of creating the 150 fighters?
Well, we actually refined our process a lot from 2009, and again, just the amount of people that we had to create. We found out that we could get equally good results without using body scans. So now it's actually all built from photography. We're chasing these guys down around the world. We put them through a series of poses to actually replicate them. So body scans, are kind of something that we did in 2009, but now we've kind of moved away from that. Again, it's all about kind of trying to replicate these fighters in the best way. And guys that have noticeable reach difference, they have that in game. You will see the game is very technical. It is very physics based. So that does come into play. So it's something to know and watch out for. And there's a reation why John Jones is one of the best fighters in the UFC.
Well, he just won again.
Yeah,
there he goes.
It's kind of he's a freak. If you actually look at John Jones, how he's built in his weight division, it's very similar to another pretty awesome guy called Anderson Silva. They're literally built. If you look at them structurally, built the same way, they kind of move the same way. They have that long, rangy feel to them. So, that's kind of the prototype for a really good fighter. So we want to make sure that we represent that in the game.
Can Bones take out the Spider in your opinion?
I don't know. That I would love to see that fight. That's the fight that I want to see, right? Again, it's anybody's shot.
Yeah.
But I think to me that'd be the fight of the century for me.
Cool. All right, man. Final question here. Comes to us from TKO.
Yeah.
He really wants to put the TKO on this Q&A.
Absolutely.
And he says, how much emphasis is there this time around on fighting styles and the diversity between fighting styles?
Well, again, more time for development means more stuff for the fans. We did a lot more changes to kind of the navigation and the movesets. I mean, a ton of new animations have gone into the game, and each character is uniquely made with their own moveset. We have so many more unique strikes per character now. And we've actually, for the first time, we've actually brought in UFC fighters to do all the mocap, so you'll see different kind of like, move sets as well and movements. Again, I mean, there's a lot more time that went into this game. I mean, getting out of the annualized cycle has allowed us to do so much more. So I think with the fighting styles, you'll definitely see and feel a difference, and that's going to be the key. And with all the new kind of tweaks that we've done to the combat system, I actually can't wait for people to play it.
Awesome, man. Well, Devin, congratulations on a great showing here at Gamescom so far. The game's looking great. I work on it, obviously.
Yeah, sure.
I would say that, but anyways, UFC fans, if you want more information on UFC Undisputed 3, hit us up at our official website, UFCUndisputed.com or Facebook.com/UFC Undisputed. And one of these days, Mr. Nevin here will tell you his Twitter handle so you guys can all start following.
Exactly.
All right, guys, we'll see you next time. Thank you.
Cheers.
He's hurt! Oh, big kick! Oh, big shot! He's down! He's looking for a guillotine. Armbar. Dropping back for a heel hook. He's going for the rear naked. Beautiful transition.